Now it's time to go to the circus. Cirque Du Soleil is here with its show, Luzia. The tagline is immerse yourself in a dream. Terrance Robinson has done just that as an acrobat with Cirque. It is his dream job, as I learned when I went one-on-one with him on the circus grounds at Atlantic Station. Terrance Robinson is a hummingbird in Luzia, a story about a traveler in a dreamlike Mexico. Terrance is an acrobat. So, you go through this one or this one?
We go through this one. What we do, we have the 2 treadmills, and this is in the middle of the 2 treadmills.
And the treadmill is moving?
The treadmill is moving. So we use one treadmill to jump as it's moving, to go through this one and do a flip through this one and land on the second moving treadmill afterwards. So, yeah, and this is what we do. We do everything with the costume, with the wings, with the beak, with everything.
The timing has to be precise.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The stage also turns at the same time.
Oh my gosh. So if you have vertigo, you're in trouble.
Yes, you are. You have to get over it.
So how do you keep your balance and keep your focus so that your timing is right?
Yeah, so we have things that we spot. So when the stage is turning, we spot either here or we spot at the edge of the treadmill to make sure that we're not looking too much. And sometimes if we're not doing any acrobatics, we look at the public, we smile and play with them and everything. But after a while, you just get used to it.
You focus.
You focus, yeah.
Terrance has performed in Luzia since 2019, but started long ago dreaming of being an acrobat.
So when I was in high school, actually, I did a lot of sports growing up, but my passion was always acrobatics. And I was always flipping, and my dad sometimes would get upset at me because I would be in like football practice and doing flips whenever I had the time. He would be like, no, focus, you're in practice training right now. And so in high school, I wasn't doing any sports because I broke my wrist, then I broke my pinky. And the day after I got my pinky out of the cast, I was tumbling in front of my school, and a lady who owned a youth circus in St. Louis called Circus Harmony, she just so happened to see me and my friends tumbling, so she stopped and gave her card to the security guard. And when I looked at the card, it was one of the friends who I used to tumble with on the street all the time on the card. And I remembered that he used to always say, come and join the circus, like do flips, because you will learn how to do better technique. And I was like, I don't want to be a clown. I don't want to wear big feet, big shoes. But because I wasn't doing anything, I decided, why not? And I took the class and I fell in love with it ever since then. And I just ran away with it.
So Cirque du Soleil is the creme de la creme of all the circuses. So how did you get to Cirque du Soleil?
So I actually went to a circus school in Canada, and I did 4 years there to own my technique and everything. Afterwards, I traveled around and did a lot of circuses after I graduated. I had 2 best friends on the show before, and when a spot opened up and I was free at the time, they asked me if I wanted to join to come in, do auditions, and I thought, why not? I can come and figure it out. So I sent in my resume to the artistic directors and everything. They told me to come. I came and talked to everyone. I did a small audition for them, and after that, they told me that I was hired.
So what do you have to maintain? Do you have to maintain your weight?
You have to maintain mostly your physical ability. So we, on top of training with the tricks in circus itself, we also make sure that we're stretching. We have recovery workouts that we do. We have a very, very good physical therapist here. We also have our own specific training that we do as far as weightlifting and things like that. So that is what we have to make sure we are able to maintain to be able to perform 10 shows a week if we need to.
You're a real athlete then.
Yes.
I mean, we think of you as an actor or performer, but you're an acrobat. You are an athlete. What's the hardest part of the job?
For me personally, the hardest part of the job is the food.
You love to eat, you're a foodie.
I like to splurge, and I sometimes overeat, and that's the hardest part for me, honestly. But other than that, the discipline of staying in shape and working out, once you get into a rhythm, it's pretty easy for me, actually.
So what have you given up to be in the circus?
I've given up time with family a lot because I left when I was 18, and ever since then, like I'm 32 now, and I got home once a year, if that, because we're traveling all the time and we're working, and so spending time with them is something that I definitely had to give up.
But what's the plus in what you're doing?
I get to travel the world. I get to be happy. I get to get paid to travel the world, to see and experience new cultures, new places, meet new people, and do what I love, to be on stage and just make people happy. Seeing them smile with the craft that I've owned over years, and just know that, okay, all of my work that I've done, all the sacrifices that I've made isn't in vain, you know?
What's it like performing in front of your home audience?
It's fun. It's really fun. It's exciting, especially knowing that I'm gonna have my family come and see them. I haven't actually performed for them in 13, 14 years, besides my mom. But the rest of my family, yeah, I haven't performed for them in around 13, 14 years. So it's exciting to know that they're gonna be able to come and see me on stage.
But his parents are symbolically always with him through tattoos.
It's a B with a heartbeat through it. So my mother's last name is Bell, and I always say that she's my heart because she is the one who made me be able to follow my dreams, and she never held me back from it. She always pushed me forward. And then this one is for my dad. It's a room that resembles, and it's also mixed with the R. My dad's last name is Robinson. And my dad is always my vision of strength and protection. He would always tell me, if you're gonna do something, do it 100%. So they are, of course, very special people to me.
Cirque du Soleil is at Atlantic Station through January 25th.